What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and today I'm bringing you a video of a full water team that can farm Dragons B10. To my knowledge, it is pretty close to 90% success rate. The only time it dies is on the third stage, because since it's all water, every time you are going to attack the boss first, and you'll never attack the crystals, unless Galleon does the time to loot and lands it on the crystal and not the boss. But so when you have two crystals defense breaking you, sometimes a squishy monster like a 5-star Konamiya or a squishy monster like a Susanoo can die. So, like I said, to the best of my guessing ability, excuse me, it is around 90% success rate. So keep that in mind. I'll show you the runes when I'm done with the run, and I'll kind of just explain what this team has and what it is actually lacking that could make it a little better. So first off, let's go through the units. Susanoo is a monster that I actually like a lot, and I think is really underrated and underused. And so I've been trying for a little bit now to kind of like give Susanoo as many highlights as possible, because I think that more people could benefit from using him, because he is a good solid damage dealer with a passive that makes him a little more sustainable, especially in dragons, and has an awesome leader skill depending on the team. So that was kind of the whole inspiration for this team, was actually just try to find a way to like abuse Susanoo's leader skill as much as possible, because it's such an awesome leader skill, but nobody ever uses Susanoo, so nobody uses this leader skill. And I don't think there's any monsters that have the same leader skill as Susanoo. I think it's a unique skill. I know the other ninjas have the same one for their respective element, but I don't think there's any other like in the game other than the ninjas. So Susanoo basically just provides damage. His first skill will do a dot, which can be nice, but since there's no speed debuff on the red crystal, it's often, or it's not, it's pretty common that the dot won't even go off. As well as he does an attack gauge decrease, which is also nice, but my Susanoo doesn't have accuracy, so the attack gauge decrease and the dot don't land too often, which is just the way it goes. And then the passive gives him an anti-crit as well as resistance, so the dots aren't going to land on him as much, which is super nice. And then anti-crit on top of the glancing hit that Emma provides, on top of the fact that I have element advantage. Susanoo is not going to get crit too much by this dragon right here, so that's super nice. Emma is here. She kind of provides all three things are pretty handy. The glancing hit, if it is still up by the time the boss attacks, which is not all that often, honestly. The glancing hit's super nice. Even though the team's all water already, it's still nice to have extra glancing. And then the second skill does the buff strip, which I've been very unlucky and it's been resisted twice, even though my Emma's on max accuracy. But I'm about to kill the boss anyway, so this run should be safe. The buff strip is super nice. And then the third skill is a nice little heal and a defense buff, and any overheal turns into a shield. So I'll do the run again because I'm not done talking. And so Emma can very easily, let me repeat this, like very, very easily be replaced by Bella. And if you use Bella instead of Galleon, I would recommend Megan. So the way to make this farmable is, instead of Emma and Galleon, Bella and Megan. And the reason I didn't do Bella and Megan is because A, it's faster with Galleon because he has the attack buff and AoE armor break, and B, I wanted to make it so they were all water so they could use Susanoo's leader skill, and obviously Bella is not water. Bella is light. So that's why I chose this team. But so Emma is just nice and is basically like a Bella that does a defense buff instead of attack bar increase, as well as a glancing hit instead of a defense break. So they're very similar monsters. As well as Emma can actually use Susanoo's leader skill. But then Kona is in here really just for one thing, and when you're making an all-water team and you're in Dragons B10, you need a cleanser, and so, the obvious pick for a water cleanser is going to be Kona. and my Kona's only at 5-star, but it's, it's tanky enough to survive. I don't remember exactly what its HP was at. It's like 18,000 or something if I remember right. I'll show you guys the runes on all these monsters soon, or after this run, but so Kona's really in here just for the cleanse. The first skill can stun on the first stages occasionally, and the second skill can fill the attack bar up, which can be nice because it just gives you an extra turn. So it can help decrease the cooldowns of Emma's heals, or give Susanoo another turn to do some damage, or whatever it may be. Like right there, he just gave Emma the attack bar and she healed up. So that's kind of nice. Vero is going to be much better than Kona though if you already have a Vero. But Vero doesn't get to use Susanoo's leader skill, so that's just that. Shylock is in here for two reasons. First reason would be that if Emma's doesn't land her strip, you have a second chance to land the buff strip with Shylock. And then the other reason is that the attack age decrease. The AoE attack age decrease is super nice. AoE slow would be better, if I'm being honest, but attack age decrease is better than nothing. And so that's why he's in here, basically, just to decrease some attack age and get a second chance to strip. And then Galleon is in here just because in Dragons you really do need defense break, because once this boss gets below 30% health like he is right now, if he gets a turn like he's about to, he does some pretty significant damage. So yeah, you just saw that right there. I'm still going to win this though. But so yeah, he does pretty significant damage, so defense break is definitely a must-have in Dragons. And so, like I said, Bella and Megan would maybe even work better than this team right here, but except for the fact that Bella doesn't get to use the leader skill, and so I just wanted to use a full water team. It's kind of just for fun, but it's a decently fast team. You can see here it's 245. It can go down to like 230. So I think the lowest I've seen it go is like 215-ish, 220, but 245. This is about as slow as it'll ever be, but it's still not too slow. It's pretty decently fast actually. And if you use Megan and Bella, it's farmable. So I might, if I don't have any runes on my Megan right now, but if you guys want me to, I can make a video of this team, like the farmable version of this team with Megan and Bella instead. But I'll show you the runes. My Galleon, here's his stats. And he's on Shield Energy Focus with Speed, HP, and HP. My Susanoo, here's his stats. He's an attacker. Swift Shield, Attack, Crit Rate, and Attack. Ideally, you do Attack, Crit Damage Attack, or even Speed, Crit Damage Attack. I would say my Galleon is ideally built. As well as just, Dragons, you want 55% accuracy on anyone you want to land harmful effects. So Susanoo, ideally I could get him to 55 accuracy, but I'd rather have him have damage than accuracy, so that's that. Here's my Shylock stats. And then he's on Swift Broken with HP, sorry, let me get that out. HP, Crit Damage, and Accuracy. If you're doing this like for your first Dragons team, ideally you're going to do Speed, HP, HP. So just know that. Here's my Megan. Sorry, not Megan, my Emma. So my Emma is not on max accuracy for Dragons. It's at 46. It needs to be 55 to be max accuracy. So this team, that's probably why my Megan wasn't stripping the immunity every time, is because he's not on max accuracy. So that's something to be noted. Swift Endure with Speed, HP, HP. I'd say that's pretty much the ideal Emma build. And then the last monster was Kona, who, she's on like 19,000, 19,000, close to 20,000 HP. And this has a 5-star, so Kona just has really good base HP. And then here's the stats. Swift Energy with HP, HP, and Resistance. For Dragons, the ideal build is Speed, HP, HP, because you don't really need Resistance if you're doing Dragons. I was using Kona in some raids. Obviously, I don't do too high level raids with Kona, as he's a 5-star. I don't really do raids at all. I'm trying to work my way into them, and so that's why I have Resistance on him. And so that's kind of that for the team, guys. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, be sure to tell me in the comments, as well as if there's any other videos you would like to see, such as the Megan and Emma team, not Megan, Megan Bella team. Just tell me in the comments and I'll try and make it soon. But that's all I have for today though, guys. So may the best year today's be the worst year tomorrow's.